everybody, and welcome to another episode of Tournamental, the podcast where we create characters and we have them battle in a bunch of crazy rounds until there is only one champion. My name is Chris Nash.
I'm Cameron Hart.
And I'm Jay Jameson.
And we are very excited to have an extra special Tournamental episode tonight. It is a superhero-themed tournament, and it is brought to you by our sponsor, Felix Mueller's Homemade Replica Nazi Hats. Felix Mueller's Homemade Replica Nazi Hats. You can't spell Nazi hate without Nazi hat. So
yeah, but
I'm sorry, what?
I feel like the people who are buying the Nazi hats are the exact opposite of the type of people who experience Nazi hate. Because why are they buying Nazi hats if they would have any Nazi hate?
I know very little about Felix Mueller's clientele. I just know that they love getting their hats.
If I were you, Nash, I would stay away from Felix Mueller's clientele. I don't feel like they're the type of people.
It's true. It's on the wrong side of the tracks as well. Anyway, thank you, Felix Mueller. He's a longtime fan of the show, and it's great to have his support. So, shall we create some characters? Oh, wait! For those of you who can't see the video broadcast here, I see that Jay is eating a nice, tasty banana.
I chose a banana because it's one of the most silent foods you can eat. It makes almost no noise, second only to perhaps a Fig Newton, which you can eat in absolute silence. But they don't really sell, very much anymore.
We should see if we can get them as a sponsor.
Yeah, okay.
Bananas, I mean.
Yeah.
Being sponsored just by bananas, like the fruit, not like a banana company.
Big banana.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'll see if I can get in touch with them this week, and maybe next week they'll be able to sponsor us. That would be nice. Great. So shall we create some superhero characters?
Yeah, why don't you kick us off, Nash?
All right. I would like to start with a longtime friend of mine. He goes by the name of Captain Zimbabwe. He is very... Well, he's kind of similar to Captain America in that he's archetypal. So he is what we North Americans assume Zimbabwe to be. He is the epitome of that.
So is that like an actual superhero character in a comic, or is that a fabricated one altogether?
He is a created character from our fevered collective consciousness.
Okay. All right, good. All right. When I was putting these together, I kind of thought they had to be existing superheroes.
Okay, that's great.
I might throw a few of those ones in.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
First off, for me, is Batman as portrayed by Adam West.
Oh, okay.
That's great.
So Adam West, Batman.
Super. Now, I have a list here, and none of them are real superhero characters. But they're all based on superhero characters, so maybe I'm meeting you halfway. Because we all know, of course, the Man of Steel, right?
Mm-hmm.
But how well do we know the Man of Squeal, who's just a man who's really ticklish?
Does he squeal when not being tickled?
Yeah.
Yes, he does. So he's always squealing.
a little bit. Like a little bit.
I was just concerned about whether or not the Man of Squeal had any other of Superman's capabilities.
Oh, yeah, you should be concerned. He looks a lot like Superman, and he's as strong as Superman would be if Superman didn't have any abilities. So he's still burly.
He's a big, strong man, I guess?
Yeah, he's a strong man.
Okay. All right, so now, to counter that, I suppose, I am creating a character called Wolferine. So he is not a very strong man. He is a very small, thin man who has a Listerine pocket pack that shoots out tiny wolves.
I did not. That's when you came up with the name Wolferine. That's not the way I thought you were going to go with it.
Yeah,
I didn't know how it was going to happen, but that's great.
Yeah, little pocket packs. You can shoot up to 10 tiny wolves at you.
Okay, back to some real superheroes. I'm going to go Green Lantern. But after dropping some LSD, so that anything that he happens to imagine in the
Whoa.
would be
Yikes.
just the crazy machinations of his
Whoa.
ruined LSD brain.
Yeah, that's crazy.
My turn, I suppose. Okay, I got a big list. Too many more that I could do. But how about Hawkeye for the straight guy? He's Hawkeye, the archer, superhero kind of guy, but He's quite flamboyantly gay.
So he's not Hawkeye for the straight guy at all. Then he's Hawkeye
he's
for the homosexual man.
He's got a Hawkeye for the straight guy, and he's also a hot guy.
Oh, okay.
Okay, all right.
So is he trying to turn straight men gay?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
With arrows.
This character is not in any of the known comic book universes as I've encountered. Her name's let's go with Big Fat Wheelchair Mama.
Okay.
She's from the South. If you know Julia Church, she has portrayed her on stage before. It's it's a big angry Southern lady. She's really in your face. She has no abilities.
All right. Well, keeping in the theme of wheelchairs or not, Professor Xavier, who has found a way to fix his legs and can now walk, but twist of fate has crazy bad diarrhea and can't get up in the toilet.
Okay, well, keeping up with the wheel theme, I didn't know if I was going to do this one, but I guess I am. It was created by somebody else, somebody named Kate, and it's Cy-Clops. But the reason why this gentleman is called Cy-Clops is because he has wheels for arms and horse legs that go clip, clop, clip, clop.
Gosh.
So, yeah, another horse wheel character, just like we did last time. Kind of. Different.
Wait, sorry, I missed that. Was it wheels for legs or horse legs?
He has horse legs, that's right.
Okay.
Horse legs
But
and
wheels for arms.
Wheels for arms. That's the stupid part I missed.
That's correct.
Not to judge your character too harshly or anything.
Yeah, no. He's going to win, by the way.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see what Big Fat Wheelchair Mama has to say about that. The Red Skull, is spelled R-E-A-D, so he has lots of writing on his head.
So it's not that he has read a bunch of things; it's that he
can be read.
Can be read.
Yes, that is correct. His skull can be read.
Okay.
I'll do Silence Man. This is a gentleman who has the power of throwing his opponents off their game by kind of leaving awkward silences in sentences and stuff.
Oh, nice!
It's really disconcerting, and he manages to overcome his enemies with the power of awkward silences.
Okay, how about Blunderwoman? She's just like Wonder Woman, but she has intense vertigo. And she's just as strong as Wonder Woman, but she's always kind of like falling down and knocking into things. And
oh my goodness, wow. That sounds awful.
You guys may want to veto this character right away, because I haven't had time to kind of vet him in my mind. His name is Gambutt, and he's a bad gambler who's constantly gambling away his butt virginity.
So wait, what is his superpower and how does he fight crime?
He throws energy cards like Gambit.
oh, he still does that?
Oh, so it's
Yeah.
just Gambit, but with a really terrible
It's his brother.
set of habits. Okay, yeah, I like that actually. I think that's great. Okay, I'm gonna go our favorite Thor, but instead of his magical hammer, he's been given a carpenter's level. That's his new weapon of choice.
Okay.
Okay. We all, of course, we know Nick Fury, but do we know Nick Scurry, who is a squirrel, who's battle-hardened like Nick Fury, for sure, and has the eye patch and everything. But he's a squirrel. Has a little sidearm, too. Awesome.
My character is Magneto! He is Magneto. He has the mind of a very small boy. And anytime he does anything magnetized or uses his powers at all, he is just enthralled with what he's done. And he can't stop looking at it. And screaming, Nito, Nito. Alright, so those are all of our characters. Now we need to come up with 4 questions for them to battle.
Okay, let's do... maybe this won't be the first question, but how about a fight after they've lost their trademark power? So they're just
okay.
the regular human versions of themselves.
Or squirrel. Squirrel versions.
Or squirrel, yeah, a squirrel.
All right.
All right. I wrote this one like a few days ago, but who would best save the world in the catpocalypse or possibly Catageddon? So it's like if all of the cats, so you know, like in Planet of the Apes, when all the apes like rebel and like rise up and take over. Yeah, but this time it's the cats, and basically the superhero has to try to just stomp all the cats to death. I'm not sure, something like that.
Okay, so how should I put this down?
If you'd like, who would best save the world in Catageddon, or however you want to abbreviate that.
The only question I could think of was who would run a better publicity campaign for public transit.
So they have to make public transit seem appealing somehow and like boost its usage?
Yeah, they're like it's a marketing campaign.
Are you co-running it with them?
Yeah, we'll say so, sure.
All right, I'll let that one stand. I think that's a good question, only if this question is allowed in, which is who would you rather do? Just straight up do them.
I'm looking through here. I'm seeing two women.
Well,
okay.
Yeah,
well, I love it. There, we've got our questions. We've got our contenders. Let's let this tournament begin! The first question. Who would win in a fight after they've lost their powers? Wolferine, so I guess a slight, short, thin man, versus Silence Man. I don't know what he looks like.
It really trumps the whole superhero thing. It's just
Yeah.
kind of it's kind of just
100%.
two guys.
Yeah.
It's always going to just be two guys or a guy and a girl.
Do we want to have... Sorry, I know we're getting back into things, but do we want to have a question like where they actually fight?
Fine. All right, let's do a fight on top of a speeding train.
Great. All right, so we have the same competitors, Wolferine and Silence Man.
So are they just kind of two men?
No.
One of whom
Well,
is
Silence
particularly
Man
reticent?
seems to be just a man who
Yeah.
feels comfortable in awkward silences. Is that right?
Yeah, and like he'll start a conversation and then he'll just stop for a second, and then you'll like wait for him to continue, and then he just doesn't, and so it sort of throws you off your game.
So
and then he pushes you off a train.
Wolferine is just a man, but he has a pocket pack of wolves.
Yeah. Now,
Right.
How devastating is receiving a Listerine pocket pack size wolf? Say if you got shot in the chest with one.
It's tough to say. It might be like a combination of a few bee stings per wolf bite or something. But they're holding on, right? Or they can crawl up and down your arms and stuff.
Does he have a limited supply of them?
He has 10 of them.
He only has 10.
How susceptible is he to awkward pauses in conversations?
He has the same kind of personality as Wolverine, so I don't think he would have much patience for someone.
Yeah, I gotta go Wolferine on that one.
Likewise.
Yeah, I think so too. Who would win in a fight to the death on the top of a speeding train? Professor X with bad diarrhea who is still in a wheelchair, right? Is that right?
No, he can walk now, but he can never get up from the toilet. So he's still sitting.
Okay.
So there's a toilet on the top of the train?
Wait, does the toilet
Maybe he
have
brought
wheels?
it with him, or maybe he bought a bedpan. I don't know. I guess he can get up and move around,
But he's pooping.
but he's pooping a lot.
Oh, okay.
Okay, versus Nick Scurry.
It's gonna be tough to knock a squirrel off the top of a train.
For sure.
They can cling to stuff. They're pretty small.
And he's got that sidearm.
He's got that sidearm. I mean, the bullets are small, but they'll still, go through you.
They'll go through you still?
Well, I think so. They'll go into
That's
you.
a powerful little sidearm.
No doubt. Now, Professor Xavier, he couldn't stop anything. Like he wasn't telekinetic, right? He was just
telepathic.
Yeah.
But he could psych with that squirrel still, right?
So here's the tough part about fighting with Professor X always. He can just if he wants to turn off your mind. And that's really tough. Now, he is of good moral fiber for the most part, so he doesn't usually do that. And people kind of say, if he's distracted or disoriented, then he has a tough time. And that's how we get away with him losing. So, yeah, this might just be enough of a madhouse to distract him.
Well, he's shitting his pants on top of a train, so I'm going to say that's probably enough stimulus to distract him. Yeah.
That is not the dignified Professor X that I know.
No, certainly not.
Also, how easy is it for him to get inside the mind of a squirrel? Does he do animals like that,
I cannot recall a time when he has entered an animal's brain. Maybe it's happened. I'm thinking of Ch'od from the Starjammers. It's a very obscure reference. He's kind of like an amphibian man, and I don't think Professor X ever entered his brain. I can't think of any animals he has encountered to do that. My money is with Nick Scurry all the way.
Okay, yeah, I think so too.
Next, we have Captain Zimbabwe versus Hawkeye for the straight guy. Captain Zimbabwe, for those who may have a differing opinion, is he's frail, he's weak, he
Why?
would never be able to lift Captain America's shield. And, the research that we've done on Zimbabwe, and maybe the times have changed, maybe the sites we looked at were incorrect, but I feel like it had a pretty high AIDS rate compared to most countries.
Okay.
And malnourishment, from what I recall.
And I think that kind of put him, as a representative of those people, not in the best position to be a warrior.
Okay, alright. Sorry, and who is he fighting? My apologies.
Hawkeye for the straight guy?
So, this is just a gay version of Hawkeye, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
You said he's very flamboyant?
Yes, I also said that for some reason.
Seems like if that's the case, if Captain Zimbabwe has been enfeebled by HIV and a variety of other malnourishment issues, seems like Hawkeye's pretty much what got this one taped up.
I think so too.
Mm-hmm. Next we have Blunderwoman. Can you remind me about her?
She's Wonder Woman, but she has some sort of neurological disability, and what did I say? Oh, she has vertigo. Yeah, let's stick with that.
Okay.
So she's always just kind of like falling down and knocking into stuff.
Oh man.
All right, Blunderwoman versus Cy-Clops, who has wheels for arms and horse legs that go clip-clop.
Man, neither of these people seem very suited to a fight on top of a train, I'll say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, yeah, horse legs are no good on a train.
No. Especially
For
if they got
sure,
horse
no,
shoes.
but he's also got those wheels to lean on, and I imagine he sort of like propels himself forward by like kicking off with the hooves and then rolling along on the wheels.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, okay, good. Now, he might be able to stay on the train long enough for Blunderwoman to just sort of, fall off on her own. Just sort of tumble into the bushes or something.
Yeah, vertigo is a heck of a thing. You go right down.
Now, yeah. Now, she would be capable of, like, lying down, right? And maybe wouldn't fall off as fast, do you think?
That's probably true, yeah. She could just sort of, like, flick her hands around, I guess. I don't know.
So she could maybe just have, like, a nice little lie down?
Yeah, this is a real battle for the ages, this one, huh?
Yeah, this is real weak.
I'm gonna actually, you know what? I'm gonna go. I think that Blunderwoman is going to take this.
So do I.
She can lie down and hopefully last longer than this stupid horse that's got wheels and stuff.
Yeah, I'm a little torn, but I think I'm leaning in your guys' direction. So there you go. And for the record, he wasn't a horse. He just had horse legs.
So he's a man.
He's a man.
We have Adam West Batman versus Gambutt. Yeah, he's a gambler.
And is frequently sodomized by his own...
No, well, only when he loses at gambling.
Which you said he does a lot.
When he's gambling all the time.
Because he's a bad gambler, right?
frequently was a good word to use.
Well, but he's still Gambutt, right? So how does his gambling / sodomy habits play into what we're doing here?
Well, unless Adam West can somehow goad him into gambling and then do his butt, I don't think it will come into play.
So we have Gambutt versus Adam West Batman, essentially on top of a trade.
I feel like Gambutt's going to win this one.
Yeah.
If it were another Batman, for sure that Batman, but not this Batman.
Remember how they used to just turn the camera on its side to show Adam West climbing up a building?
Yes.
Yeah.
They had little strings pulling their
Nobody was
cape back.
fooled.
Yeah.
That was pretty weak stuff.
For sure.
Do you remember
Yeah.
the time when Batman was rappelling out of a helicopter and a shark jumped out of the water and grabbed onto his leg? At which time he tried to punch the shark off of his leg. Then Robin reached into the back of the helicopter, put it on autopilot, chose from a selection of 4 different types of repellents, including manta ray repellent, dolphin repellent, and whale repellent, selected the shark repellent, climbed down to Batman, handing him the repellent, at which point Batman sprayed the shark in the face with the shark repellent, and it fell into the water and exploded. Do you remember that?
I remember that exactly, and thank
Well,
you for describing it so well.
Yes, if you were talking about the Batman movie starring Adam West and Burt Ward from 1966, directed by Leslie H. Martinson, then yeah, I also know what you're talking about.
Good. Even with all that, Gambutt will for sure win.
Oh, yeah, very easily.
Yeah.
I've already written his name down, in fact. So, there we go.
Good instinct.
Okay, the Red Skull, a man whose skull can be red quite easily, versus the Green Lantern on LSD.
Now, how does the Red Skull's Red Skull help him?
Well, it really just helps those around him who are bored, maybe standing behind him in line at the bank.
Does it always say
can
the
read
same
his
thing? Is it always say the same thing, or is it like Rorschach where it changes
it's
all
like
the time?
it's like Rorschach's face. Where
Oh, that's
it'll
kinda
say,
cool.
like Bib, and then maybe Todd, and then maybe Haps.
Wait, it's just random words? It's incoherent?
It'll say whatever you need it to say. You know?
Why would anybody need to say Bib and Todd?
Well, maybe it's a laundry list or a list of groceries or something that a single mother needs to pick up.
Okay.
Gotta phone Todd and pick up a bib for Maps or whatever. Haps.
Maps.
Yeah.
Okay.
Baby Maps?
Yeah, baby Maps. Also, the Red Skull's a tremendous fighter.
Yeah, I don't think he could live in the crazy psychotropic hellscape induced by Green Lantern, though, in this question.
But how much is the writing on this guy's head gonna freak Green Lantern out even more so than
Yeah,
than he already
that's
is?
true.
I don't know. I think it's just going to look to him like one of many delusions he's having that day.
Yeah, he may not even know, but the thing is, he may not know which one to fight.
From what I know about comic books, the Red Skull is very good at knocking superheroes off of moving vehicles.
Yeah.
Well, that's how he got rid of Captain America. That's how Bucky died in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
This is just kind of how these things happen.
Okay, that's true. So he's figured that part out. I don't feel like it's mostly whether or not he would be able to get close enough to the Green Lantern to knock him off. But then again, the Green Lantern may just do it on his own.
Never been on LSD, so I don't know.
Neither have I.
Neither have I. I guess we're the wrong crew for this. But
If only Russell
I
was
feel
still
like
here
he
with
would.
us.
It would probably make him pretty paranoid, or at least it very well could, and then he would take out all of his sort of mental aggression on Red Skull.
I think I could modify this one.
For those of you who are listening, we apologize that we don't know enough about LSD. Okay.
Please send us some.
Yeah. All right. Now here are some things we do know about. So, the Red Skull orgasms every 5 minutes,
Ooh, that's gonna be distracting.
and the Green Lantern on LSD is riding on Michael Clark Duncan's back.
Well, that Michael Clark Duncan, may he rest in peace.
Not in this round.
is going to also be pretty freaked out by the Lantern's psychotropic hell, and may also factor into his downfall.
Wait a minute. Michael Clark Duncan voiced one of the characters in the Green Lantern movie.
Oh yeah,
Didn't
you're
he?
right. Yeah.
Not that really plays into it, but it's just part of the magic of Tournamental.
It
That's so
is the
true.
magic of Tournamental. I don't think the ejaculating every 5 minutes is really gonna come into play.
I don't think this battle is going to last
No,
long.
I don't
Yeah.
think so either.
Exactly. So it might he might be getting my vote here, the Red Skull.
Yeah, maybe me too.
Yeah, I agree.
Because if he's riding on somebody else's back, the Green Lantern will be just that much tippier, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
And what if they're coming up to a tunnel or
Yeah.
a bridge?
It's
Yeah.
like when you're in the pool and you're playing a game of chicken, only you don't have somebody on your back, the other person does.
Yes, there you go.
That much easier for you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so same question: who would win in a fight to the death on the top of a speeding train? Thor. Rather than his hammer, he has a carpenter's level. Versus, big fat wheelchair mama.
Uh-oh.
I don't feel like the wheelchair mama. She's a wily woman from what I understand about her, but I don't feel like she's got the moxie for this battle.
I feel like she's going to, rather quickly, mind you, roll off the train to her imminent demise.
And Thor, with his level, will know exactly where to stand.
Yeah,
exactly. He'll know just how tippy things are.
Yeah, that's a pretty set battle right there. All right, and our final battle from this round, Magneto versus the Man of Squeal.
These are stupid characters.
Yeah,
I feel like we were both just, I don't know, mentally scrambling for something.
I could see your face on the screen getting embarrassed when I said Man of Squeal.
Yeah. Yeah, shame on us.
Yeah,
shame
shame on us.
If only they could both die. But no, one has to survive.
Well,
so,
Magneto can still has all of his powers, right?
Oh, yeah, that's
You said
right.
Man of Squeal was a burly man?
yeah, he looks like Superman, but he's squealing all the time and doesn't have any powers. so, two strikes.
Assuming this terrain is made of metal anywhere, it's kind of
Yeah,
gonna
he's
be...
gonna get smushed.
Yeah, he's gonna get smushed.
Or impaled or decapitated or something bad.
Yeah. He doesn't have any concept of all the evil he's done either. He's just really excited. All right, next round. Who would best save the world in Catageddon? Or any sort of world-ending catastrophe. Wolferine versus Nick Scurry.
Nick Scurry's
not going to be so good.
He's not in the best
He's in bad shape.
The world
I
is
feel like
covered
I'd love
in
to see that,
the world
though.
is covered in cats. I would love to see the 10 minutes that he did last though, running around shooting cats and running out of ammunition and scrapping to the death.
Yeah, he would have a very gory death, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Tiny eye patch and stuff.
I think
just
he'd
comes
take a
flying
few
off.
out before the end, but Wolferine's got this one in the bag.
Yeah.
All right, Hawkeye for the straight guy versus Blunderwoman.
Ugh.
Does she have any of Wonder Woman's powers?
Yeah, she has all of them.
Oh, okay. That is very considerable powers, right?
Yeah, so wait, she can fly, is that right? And super strength and has that dumb lasso thing?
Yeah, lasso that I think makes you tell the truth.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
And she has bulletproof bracelets and an invisible jet.
Yeah, she can't fly,
Yeah.
right? She just has an invisible jet.
If she tried to fly, she would crash it.
I believe once everyone realized how stupid that invisible jet was, I think she can also fly. Tell me more about this gay man.
I guess he's just kind of like you would imagine. He's a very good archer, and Saturday nights, you know, I don't think you personally would want to follow him around. I think you would get a little uncomfortable.
Okay.
So anyway,
I'm very uncomfortable now.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, stop thinking about it. I think he would be a better choice. Whereas Blunderwoman is perhaps, more invincible or more impervious to whatever cats can do when they organize and rise up. I don't think she's helping anybody else. And the premise of the question is that who would better help, save civilization?
Yeah, I feel like Hawkeye would at least do he'd at least get a better start on it. Wonder Woman, if cats are eating people, she's going to be like number one. She's just lying there in a mess on the ground or whatever it is that she does.
Yeah. I forgot about that vertigo again.
Yeah, well, she's trying to do stuff, She's like getting up and like falling down and everything, but...
Then her strength is kind of just detrimental to everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she's a disaster for sure.
Okay, yeah. I think you guys have swayed me. Gambutt versus the Red Skull. Who would best save the world in Catageddon?
So I guess the Red Skull is now on our side. We would assume.
Well, he's trying to save the world, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wants to take over the world as well.
So it seems like he's great at organizing people, which is probably what we would need. As well, he is adept at developing new advanced technologies, I guess, or at least he knows people who can do that. I feel like that would be very beneficial. Those two things.
You don't want to forget as well that people can read things off of his head.
People can read things off of his head.
So if he needs to relay two things simultaneously by speaking in words on his face, then he can do that?
Like if he needs to give an address or something to the public, he could say things that are in line with the cat's point of view, but cats can't read, so, he could just like write on his face,
Wow, yeah.
what he's really saying.
I'm not sure how to respond. I want to hate that strategy. I want to hate everything you said.
Yeah.
But I can't because it's so sound.
Tournamental, Wait, who is he against?
He's against Gambutt.
Yeah. Seems like Gambutt does not have the moxie to try and save the world so much.
Well, that was never really Gambutt's MO. He was more of a lone wolf type.
Yeah, for sure. There'd be a lot of dead cats. No question about that. But I wouldn't I wouldn't vote for him.
No, me neither.
If you need world saving or takeover, I think the Red Skull is your guy. All right, and our final matchup of this round, who would best save the world in Catageddon, is Thor with a Carpenter's level instead of a hammer versus Magneto. Magneto with the mind of a small boy.
Magneto has a lot of the aforementioned pluses that Red Skull has. He was pretty good at getting people to follow him.
Not with the mind of a small boy, though.
Is he a small boy?
He's just the mind of a small boy.
Oh, so yeah. Okay, well then that might be a bit of a detriment there.
He has all the unwielding powers, of essentially a god. But yeah, he's trapped in the mind of a boy.
At least in the movies, Thor definitely had a lot of maturity.
Yeah, by the end of the other ones, he seems
yeah. For the most part, his character is like the beginning of that arc, where he's kind of hot-headed and stuff.
Yeah.
Just, on the whole.
I would still cast my vote for him.
I wonder. Yeah, they're both kind of kings in their own right. Thor kind of, is a prince of Asgard, and Magneto created his own paradise on the moon? Somewhere in space.
Not?
He might have created his own space station for mutants to kind of go live in peace. So they both, have the worlds of their own, essentially. But who's going to take care of those pesky felines?
Well, Magneto, I feel like, would be more likely, to retreat and just retreat to his space sanctuary, if that's sort of his MO, as opposed to Thor, who is prone to helping Earth.
He likes Midgard quite a bit.
You'd put that
I feel like he could
Carpenter's
get
level
the
to
job
pretty
done,
good use.
too.
Ooh, okay, if you guys know, that's cool. I would have to spin because I think they could both do an equal job. But if you guys are set.
I think that I'm going Thor just because Magneto's got the baby brain and our small child brain. I don't feel like
So
kids are not good at saving the world.
Can Thor's can Thor's level do the things that his hammer would do?
Oh no, it would break. Just break.
What?
Okay, so then he can't fly or control the weather or do any of those things. He's just kind of like big guy walking around.
He can do a bunch of stuff absent of his hammer, can't he?
Not really.
Really?
He can summon his hammer to him, so he can do those things. It's the hammer that makes him fly and control the lightning and stuff.
Oh, okay.
I thought the level was just as powerful.
No, the level. I mean, that's gonna last three or four cats, and then it'll probably be broken.
Oh, okay. Well, that changes it for me.
Oh, and I didn't realize that he was. I mean, I knew that hammer was pretty important to him, clearly, but I didn't realize that he was nothing without it.
Well, yeah, remember in the first movie when he couldn't lift it up anymore? He was just kind of imprisoned.
Yeah, that's true. I guess I thought that was because he had been, unworthy or something. Anyway, that changes my answer.
Mine too.
All right, Magneto. Right. Next round. Who would you rather run a marketing campaign with for public transit? Wolferine or Hawkeye for the straight guy? Ooh. He might have some zesty ideas.
He might.
Yeah.
I'm trying to avoid stereotypes, but I do think that he would have a certain flair that Wolferine would not possess.
Yeah, Wolferine is kind of just a gruff little man.
Yeah,
he's sort of a misanthrope. I don't think that he's going to. I don't feel like he would have a real good idea of what the public wants.
That is true.
I agree.
Yeah, I'd say Hawkeye in a landslide. All right, and the Red Skull versus Magneto.
Oh, I don't know. I think I'd gotta say Magneto.
Yeah?
Yeah, because he can control metal so well, so maybe he can get the trains running faster. I don't know.
Mind of a boy.
Because that's true, but all that transit is just getting metal to move around. And that's all this guy can do. And plus he thinks everything he does is really neato. And, positive attitude in the workplace is important.
Yeah, but another thing I know about small boys is that they love to crash trains together.
Yeah.
I sure did. Perhaps still do.
Yeah, so maybe he'll kill everyone.
Yeah, that would be a thing.
He'll kill everyone.
The other thing is that by nature the question is who would you rather run the PR campaign with, not like the actual train itself, right?
That's right. That's right. Now the Red Skull might try to make everything in German.
Yeah. Is he going to be evil?
He will be evil.
Okay.
So will Magneto.
I want to work with somebody who is evil. Oh yeah, Magneto's also evil. Is he not?
He is less evil. Actually, he hates Germans the most. It's funny.
Really?
Yeah. He was in a Jewish internment camp.
Yeah.
Probably run by the Red Skull or something. So, yeah.
I could modify.
Yeah,
right,
I think
modify.
Let's modify.
All right. So the Red Skull is terrified of all animals, excluding humans. And Magneto screams when spoken to.
I feel like that would be a pretty severe handicap for a PR guy.
Yeah. Yeah, you're at a press conference or something, just screaming, making metal shards move around the room. That's gonna make people nervous.
Yeah, it does not inspire confidence.
No. Okay, I think that tips me.
Yeah, Red Skull?
Yep.
Great. We have our final Hawkeye for the straight guy versus the Red Skull. Red spelled R-E-A-D because you are able to read things off of his head.
Right.
Who would you rather do?
Oh.
Unfortunately, none of the women made it past the first round. Oh, no. Blunderwoman made it.
Yeah,
but,
she did.
Yeah, anyway. She's not here.
She would have been kind of a mess anyway.
Yeah, that would be dangerous.
Yeah, well, speak for yourself. Okay.
Okay. Well, oh no, I thought I had a thought, but no, it's just
No.
all bad.
It's bad stuff.
At least, I was gonna say, at least Hawkeye would be into it. But then again, if it's the Red Skull, then, maybe I'd have something to read.
Oh my gosh. Well, who says you're gonna be in the back?
Well, either way.
How either way?
Yeah, what either way?
What? Doesn't he have stuff on his face, too?
Yeah, but what are you,
Words on his
bumping
face?
your carrots together?
I don't know, man. I'll just have to figure it out when I get there.
Yeah, you're
Play
right.
out.
Like, Hawkeye for the straight guy, this is his exact MO, right? He wants to turn straight guys so that he can do them.
Yeah.
So, part of me definitely doesn't want that because that's what he's in for. But the other part of me thinks, hey, somebody should be happy in this mess. Well, if it's the Red Skull, nobody's going to enjoy themselves.
No, that's true. No, none of us are having any fun. Even Red Skull. I could honestly modify this one.
Now, do you think the Red Skull could turn his head into like a crossword?
So you could do a crossword?
Well, I like a crossword.
Yeah, he's gonna let you draw on his head?
You think you say he's not going to let me?
Probably not.
Okay, well then forget it. Okay, let's modify. Alright, so, who would you rather do? Hawkeye, who has a massive chest, and in parentheses, I have too massive. So,
Too massive a chest?
yeah, he's too massive a chest. Or the Red Skull, whose opponent just killed your family.
Oh no.
That's curious.
Okay.
That kind of loops it back in on itself. That's weird.
Yeah.
So now
So
Hawkeye,
he's the same.
So yeah, there's no change to Red Skull, but Hawkeye now has too big a chest and has recently killed my family.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Oh.
does he have like a big chest in that he's... Oh, that's not an expression. Like he's really arrogant? That's a big head. That's different. Okay.
No,
anyway,
Red Skull has
he
a
killed
big
my
head.
family. Yeah, he has a big head. Okay. He killed my family. I don't think there's any way I could vote.
I don't think intercourse would be the thing that I would be in for
Yeah.
after.
Yeah, that's not the way that you honor your family's memory. I'm gonna go out there and bang the guy who killed you. Get vengeance. Okay, so
I imagine that's like at the grave site in the rain,
Oh gosh. Okay, so Red Skull has 1 point. We're gonna run the gauntlet of all the questions here. So we go back to our first question. Who would win in a fight to the death on the top of a speeding train? Hawkeye for the straight guy versus the Red Skull.
Red Skull
And that's
was
tough.
Red
No,
Skull was a
the Red
really,
Skull doesn't him.
Red Skull was a really
He
good
does-
fighter, right?
Mm-hmm. He was.
Like
He doesn't have abilities. Well, he probably has a gun, right?
He has a sidearm, at least if the little action figure I'm staring at is any indication. He has a sidearm. And he also does have the super soldier serum that Captain America has.
That's right. He's basically Captain America with a gun.
Mm-hmm.
And no shield.
Yeah. And
Hawkeye's pretty quick on the draw, though.
yeah, for sure.
I feel like
That's tough.
Yeah, that is tough. But I feel like we've seen Captain America dodge a lot of gunfire. I don't know. I feel like he would probably be able to dodge or deflect or absorb one of Hawkeye's arrows before being attacked and probably viciously murdered.
He doesn't have a lot of space to dodge, though.
But he also
Still,
has that gun.
even if he got hit by an arrow, it might not do that much damage,
Mhm. Yeah, that's true.
Well, I think I have my vote.
Okay, what do you got?
Red Skull.
Me too.
Cameron, Red Skull?
Yeah.
All right, Red Skull takes it. 2 points Red Skull, 0 points Hawkeye. Who would best save the world in Catageddon? I think for all the reasons we chose the Red Skull the first time, being able to unite the world and stuff like that.
Mhm. conquer things.
Yeah.
Also, Hawkeye was not. He wasn't like a real people person. Sort of an introvert in, at least in the Avengers movie.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
never been much of a leader. All right, and finally, who would you rather run a marketing campaign for public transit with, Hawkeye or the Red Skull?
Well, the Red Skull can definitely sway the masses.
Yep.
But he's a bad guy.
He is evil incarnate.
Okay.
But he's got my vote.
Yeah?
Well,
Because
yeah.
of his aforementioned abilities to sway the masses?
I'm gonna be rich with him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because you'll develop such a swell marketing campaign?
I'm gonna get some of that Nazi money.
Oh, no.
How are you getting Nazi money?
He's a Nazi.
Well,
And
yeah.
he's getting me money. It's not like bad. It's not. Wait, let me specify. We're not going around taking people's gold fillings or anything like that. We are running a very successful, above-board marketing campaign with a brilliant strategist who happens to be a Nazi.
I feel like the fact that he's a Nazi.
Yeah.
I don't feel like you can recover from that one in 2014. You know, like I don't feel like it's like, well, he is a Nazi, but he does have some pretty good points about public transit. I don't feel like people would make that decision.
Even though it's been 70 years, I think the term too soon still applies in some regard.
Yeah.
What if they say, but look at his little black partner. He must be, you know, not that much of a Nazi.
Yeah, he's so progressive.
But
Yeah.
that's a good point, Nash. What you would have to be around him a lot for this campaign. Seems like he wouldn't treat you very well, to say the least.
Let's just say we're not going to have any one-on-one meetings near any ovens.
Okay.
Okay, you can edit that out. Okay, I'll say a different thing. I'll say. Okay, stop laughing. We need silence so I can say a different thing. Let's just say we're not gonna have any one-on-one meetings. Just the two of us. You know.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I think
Guys, things got
I
bad.
could either modify
Nah,
or probably vote for Hawkeye.
Yeah, I'm pretty firmly Hawkeye.
Okay.
I mean, the Red Skull already won.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he won 3-1.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, so it looks like the winner of this tournament is the Red Skull. Okay, guys,
Okay.
Okay.
It's been lovely. We love you.
So good.
We love you and good night.
We love you. Good night.